Hey, Suzanne here with caregiverhaven.com, and welcome to From Burnout to Balance, a magnificent course that is going to teach you to get your life back. But the first thing I want to do is go over quickly what this course is all about so you get a general idea. We're going to talk about tracking caregiving burnout and what it looks like. And the reason this is so important is because once we get you up and running and we do get your life back, we want you to be able to track it in case you start to burn out again. Because remember, as your senior is aging, there's going to be more challenges and very different challenges. And we want to get you back on track again. So we have to recognize the signs and symptoms and be able to say to ourselves, oops, I need to get back to what was working for me. Then the next thing we're going to do is look at time management and prioritization. And what I mean by that is we want to protect our time and our energy without feeling guilty or selfish or even like we're imposing on others. We want to be free to ask when we want to ask and feel good about it. Then the next thing we talk about in Module 3 is emotional resilience and stress management. And if you saw my second out of the 3 series in the masterclass, I talked about why our emotional resilience just deteriorates as our loved one is aging. There's an emotional factor built into caregiving which we cannot escape. However, we can look and get the emotional tools, which I'll show you we have in the course, so that when your senior's abilities are aging, we can keep up emotionally. We can find our balance again. Then we're going to talk about effective communication with family and healthcare providers. We want to be heard, and we don't want to reduce decision fatigue. So what I mean by that is we want to know we can have a conversation with our family, albeit our aunts, uncles, or even siblings, and know that they respect us and know that they're hearing us and knowing that they're being honest with us with what they can and cannot do, and we have an understanding. And most importantly, we want to be able to talk to the healthcare providers in such a way that they take time with us. We don't want to spend an hour waiting with our senior in the waiting room only to spend 15 minutes with the doctor and leave wondering what the doctor said. We want to be confident, and not only confident that we are making the right decisions for our senior or that they're making the right decisions for themselves, but confident enough to know that we can talk to the family about it and that we can tell them what's going on and they can feel confident that we're taking good care of our loved one. So we want to do that. Then we want navigating the senior care options. Why did I add this module in here? Because we want to organize and lead others with the right choices without second guessing. And we can't do that if we don't know our options. This is all about resources that are out there. And there are so many resources that so many caregivers don't know are out there. And yet every state has different resources, and every state may have the same resources, but they call them by different names. So you don't know what's going to work for you and what doesn't. But I want you to have those resources so that it's like going to the grocery store, that you don't have to buy everything on the shelf, but that you can pick and choose what you like, what works for you, and what doesn't. I want you to have that opportunity, more resources, so you don't have to settle for something that's not going to work for you. Then our other module is on the self-care and personal well-being that you're going to experience. And what I mean by this is that you're going to care for yourself without feeling like you're letting everyone else down. You have the right to care for yourself, and you have the right to get your life back. And we're going to do that. We're going to show you how. Now, this course wouldn't be complete without the bonuses that I have put in here. I feel they're extremely important. They are something that I've brought in to my patients and my clients over the years of doing this for 20 years, I guess, because it wouldn't be complete without it. It really does round out the caregiving experience. So let's go over what the bonuses are. First and foremost is getting help for the common behavior problems and causes. And this is something that we're going to see as our senior ages. Now, it may be dementia, it may not be dementia, but pain is a factor when we age. And if this is something that bothers your senior, it can make them depressed, it can make them irritable, it can make them fatigued, it can make them angry. All part of behavior problems. Dementia, of course, is another issue that we talk about totally. But this pain point leaves us with confusion and fear and the emotional landmines that come with these changes in behavior. And we just don't know what to do with them. We just don't know why our senior sometimes is acting the way they do. So we address the common behavior changes we see in their causes. Next bonus is about the physical challenges we see as our senior ages. Things like the right advice that we need for the common health problems, the constant second guessing we all face when symptoms show up unexpectedly. Instead, let's have a grounded go-to guidance that you can trust. Something that you can do over and over and over again with every single healthcare problem you see, what you need to do. It works every single time in every single doctor's office. It's extremely important, and it really helped me and the patients. I'm just going to let you peek behind what I call the curtain in the exam room. I want you to see what I saw as a practicing physician assistant so that you get a better idea of what I needed out of my families and out of my seniors before I could intelligently treat them well. So we're going to do that. Then another bonus we're going to go into is the Caregiver's Journal for Guilt-Free Emotions, emotional clarity. And this is your emotional anchor because emotions are such a part of caregiving. This is going to turn guilt and emotional overload into self-trust. So you don't need to power through your emotions anymore. You don't have to say, oh, this is how it is and I'm okay, when you're really not. When you're snapping at your kids or you're snapping at your spouse, it's not okay. So with this, you're going to get an emotional lifeline, even in the most unpredictable storms. It's really cool because you're going to be back on balance. Then we're going to talk about, in the next bonus, is the Caregiver's Mastery Tracker. Why is this so important? Because I want you to see proof that you're doing everything right. I want you to see proof that you're doing it even though it doesn't feel like it. It's very slow. We don't make huge changes. We can't. We're going to make those small changes and we're going to monitor our emotions, our time, our strengths, our weaknesses in this ever-changing aging care network. And speaking of networks, our last bonus is going to be getting our network together and tying it all together. And finally feeling like we're in control of our week, of our day, of our hour. So this isn't only about information. This isn't about dumping another to-do on you and saying, okay, here's a list and here's workbooks and here's all the things you need to do. No. I am not the pressure. I am not a pressure cooker. I am the pressure release valve. That's what I worked off of when I was teaching school for years. When I was practicing medicine as a physician assistant, I'm never the pressure cooker. I am the pressure release valve, and that's what I'm going to be for you. When I was working with clients and their families and helping them through the caregiving days, I was the pressure release valve, never the pressure cooker. So this is how I've built the course. So it's not only information, it's going to be integration. Integration in the best way that you know how to handle the integration. It's going to show you that you don't do this alone. It's going to give you structure, scripts, and steady support. That is what you need. It is my job to release that pressure. Let me worry about the pressure, and you go live your life. So I look forward to you joining our class. I'll see you on the inside, and I can't wait to see you from going from crisis to crisis to actual breathing room, to be able to enjoy your life, to be able to do the things you want to do. That's what this course is all about. So we'll see you on the inside. Take care, and we'll talk soon. And if you have any questions, please, please, please write me at Suzanne at caregiverhaven.com, and I will respond. Take care. Bye-bye.